One of the main things that I see or that I hear when it comes to storytelling, because that's my entire brand is built on storytelling. That is all I do is storytell pretty much. Um, I hear a lot, like, I can't be like you, Sabrina. I don't want to share my story.
Mhm.
I have kids, I have an ex, my family, la 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 la. And I always go back to like, you don't have to tell those stories. You can tell a story about how you tripped on a shoelace.
Yeah.
So I'd love to kind of hear how you guys overcome this. You're in this realm of storytelling. You're getting feedback, you're getting objections. What's kind of your viewpoint on everyone should be storytelling?
Right. I think the first thing is to clarify what storytelling is. Storytelling doesn't have to mean that you're going in depth to all your deepest, darkest secrets, right? Storytelling is just sharing something about yourself with somebody else. So, like you said, maybe it's the time you tripped over your shoelace. Maybe it's the time you spilled water all over yourself right before you were starting an interview. you know,
I just
it's
did that, everybody.
it's sharing things that are relatable, right? So I think that's the first thing. I mean, Amy and I did not share anything about ourselves when we first started our business. In fact, to the point where we did not even have a photograph of ourselves on our website. And eventually somebody said, you really ought to put a photo of yourself. Amy and I come from a world of celebrity interviewing. We are behind the scenes. We were never on camera. And so for us to share was really hard. We're very shy, we're very introverted. And it's for us, we built this company. It wasn't about us. It's about the women and it's about sharing their stories. And it took us a really long time to finally understand that people weren't going to be interested in us sharing the stories unless they knew about us. And like most women, we thought, oh, we don't have a story to tell. Like, there's nothing interesting about our lives. And then the more we started telling the story, the more we were like, oh, wait a minute, we're really interesting people and we've done a lot. And there's a lot of knowledge that we can share with people. So I think it's a lot of it is stepping into your self-worth and understanding that you do have a story to tell and that people want to hear it and people need to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You
I
said
think for the people who are afraid of, like, I have the ex-husband, I totally get that, and I think you need to set your boundaries so you're comfortable. Like, I don't ever talk about my significant other in detail. Like, I'll mention him, if it's something we did, "Oh, we went to a movie and we saw this." But I would never talk about anything related to him that I thought he would not be comfortable with. So I just set a really, like, hard boundary that's, like, better not to say anything than to risk saying that thing in the moment where I'm like, "Oh my god, why did I say that?" So it's okay to set boundaries and to know, like, what if you don't want something that for your kids to hear about your life in that way, then you don't have to.
Yeah, exactly.